Chuck Davis here. We're at Zloz Hour studio, and every night is Friday night, so let's go on and see what the fuck's going on.
Hey folks, I'm Neil Zloz Hour. You're back for another uncensored underground cut of the Zloz Hour. And you're here today with my wonderful co-host Sandy Martin. And we got a special guest for you folks out there, one of my good old friends, John Five, who's worked with about everybody you can imagine. He's now in Rob Zombie's band. And welcome to the Zloz Hour, Johnny.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
The metal god, by the way.
And I know you came nice and early. It's actually about 11 o'clock in the morning, and John's here because he's got a gig tonight with Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper.
That's right. We're going to be playing just up the street, and we're starting off the Halloween Hootenanny tour. That's what it's called. And
The
it's,
Halloween. That's even better. Not Halloween Hootenanny.
Halloween Hootenanny.
What did I say? Halloween Hoot. I don't even know.
That's okay.
That's okay.
He
It's
just
11
got
o'clock.
Yeah, he just got Zloz Hour.
Yeah, I got Zloz Hour. That's a tongue twister
that's all
right
you
there.
need. But yeah, it's Murder Dolls, Alice Cooper, and Rob Zombie.
Murder Dolls are on too?
Yeah.
So is Joey
Joey
doing
with-
double duty?
Joey
Wow.
is doing double duty. He's
Okay.
playing guitar.
As in
and-
Joey Jorgensen from Slipknot, Murder Dolls, Korn, Ministry.
That's right.
Rob
Yes.
Zombie band. I didn't even know Joey was until you told me the other day. I was like,
Yeah. So it's it works out perfect because, you know, the Murder Dolls record just came out, and it's a great situation because he's supporting his record.
And he's playing the drums.
Yeah, for us, and he's playing
And-
guitar for Murder
yes,
Dolls. So it
exactly.
works out perfect because, you know, we're with the Murder Dolls, and then he's playing drums for us. So it's
It's
a
a
great
big night.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work ahead of him.
He does
Yeah.
have. I don't have drummers.
He was supposed to be here with us today, but, we're going to get him another time.
Yeah.
His manager, Corey Brennan, my friend Corey, got sick. So best wishes to Corey. I hope you get out of the hospital and you're feeling better, Corey. A little too much stress managing all these bands, huh?
That's right. A little too much.
Well, I
too much
mean,
stuff.
you know what? I've worked with Slipknot quite a few. I did a couple album covers for them. I don't know how
Yeah.
Corey's got any hair left on his head after dealing with them. Because
Right.
what was it, 8 or 9 of them?
Well,
It was 9, I think, but one's
20.
gone.
But you know what's funny, which Joey was just telling me the story, the last show you went to, the last Slipknot show,
Oh.
I think you guys were doing shots and stuff, and with
Yeah.
a shark. There's a guy dressed up like a shark.
I don't remember that.
That's the night
Exactly.
he got his DUI.
Yeah, that's the night I got my
Yes.
DUI.
So now, yeah.
So we always, so they always joke, oh, the last time we saw, Neil is we gave him a DUI.
Yeah,
Yes.
Actually, it was Sandy who gave me the DUI.
Actually, it wasn't.
Yeah,
Neil
it
and his
was.
girlfriend broke up, so he was depressed. So
Well,
you,
no.
were, you were on the phone with her all night, and then he had about 10 shots
Right.
and left me on the tour bus with 10 clowns.
Yeah.
So,
Probably
So
all
Neil-
trying to maul you,
Yeah.
molest you.
Yeah.
But it is a funny story because, but what you don't remember is there was a big shark. This guy was dressed up like a
I don't
shark.
remember that.
And
I
it
don't
was
remember
Sully,
that.
who
Yeah,
you spoke to earlier
I spoke
today.
to Sully earlier.
And he was giving you the shots and gave you the DUI.
I don't even remember. Well, I remember that
Exactly.
night really.
Sully gave you the DUI. I didn't
Right.
give him the DUI.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Well, so anyway.
So
well,
you're leaving for tour?
Yeah. Oh, now he's all bummed out.
No, it was good. I learned. I didn't know. It was okay. We all get DUIs. You ever,
Yeah.
if you,
I got
Sandy's
one
had a
7 years ago,
DUI.
yeah.
I
Yes.
never got a DUI because I don't
Good for
drink.
you.
You
Yeah,
don't
you don't
drink at all?
No.
Good. That's
That's
why your
good.
Corvette looks so nice.
Yeah. So there you go.
Fellow brother Corvette owner. So.
That's right.
So you're leaving for tour?
I'm leaving for tour. The first show is at LA, then we go to San Diego, and we continue on from there.
Well,
How long
yeah,
is
but you said it's only what, a couple weeks?
Yeah, it's like 3 weeks, and we did this before. It was called the Gruesome Twosome. It was Alice Cooper, Rob Zombie, and we did a bunch of back east shows. And it was such a huge success. We just we're continuing on from there for like the West Coast shows.
Well, I mean, Alice is a living legend.
Right, oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you have a little bit of makeup on stuff. I don't know how much of that's from, because I know you're a Kiss fanatic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that's a great point because I grew up and I was such a
You grew up?
well no
We're all little kids here at this Zloz Hour, but
obviously yes.
So.
But I was such a big Kiss fan, and I was so into Kiss. I had like my blinders. That was what it was all about. but I had Welcome to My Nightmare and the Greatest Hits. But I didn't know that much about Alice. But I'm
who's watching you right behind you?
That's right.
He's looking at you with those eyes.
That's right. So, being in Zombie, Rob really appreciates, you know, Alice and has loved him his whole career. And we had other band members that just loved Alice. So I was like, I'm missing something here. I have to be missing something here. So I started listening to these Alice records just like, you know, 3 years ago. And I'll tell you.
Like Killer and Love It to Death?
Love It to Death, Killer, School's Out, you know.
Billion Dollar Baby.
Billion Dollar Baby, everything. You know, I just got into everything. Muscle of Love and
that's a good song, Muscle of Love.
Yeah, I just got into everything, and it was a total epiphany for me because it was so, this music was so amazing. So that's all, you know, I was listening to.
It's funny because you said Welcome to My Nightmare, and I remember going to the dress rehearsals for those, and I was like, there's this really hot chick there, and I'm like, damn, that chick's really hot. Well, it turns out Alice ended up marrying her. I guess we had similar taste. He's still married to her. I don't know her name, but Alice is a great guy.
Yeah, great guy, and he puts on such an amazing show. So it's great for me because I know all these songs, and I appreciate him so much. You know, I love to watch him and things like that.
I think it's interesting because when John was 17, you moved out here.
Yes.
And you were a session player.
Yes, I was. I started doing, you know, because I had no money, but I came from a really nice home. I was, you know, it was upper class.
Where are you from?
Grosse Pointe, Michigan.
Okay.
And I had, you know, these maids, and I had a huge house, and I had everything that I could ever want in life, but I knew that nothing was going to happen for me in Michigan. So what I did, I started playing at like the age of 7. So all I did was learn every style of music because I wanted to be a session player. I didn't even want to be a rock star or anything. You know, I didn't even think about that. I just wanted to be a session person and play on albums and things like that. So I learned all these different types of music.
And when you were doing that, kids in school, I liked one of your quotes that you said you were different and the other kids looked at you differently.
Yes.
And I think that's when you're so focused on something and when you wear different clothes because of your influences, you're looked upon as being different, but that's why you're so original now.
Well, were you wearing makeup to school like you are now?
Actually, I was. Okay. My parents, who were so nice, I was playing clubs at a very, very early age, and they said, as long as you get up for school, you can play these nightclubs. And, you know, they were like places like the Whiskey and Roxy.
They went
back
with
in
you,
Michigan.
Well, they went with me when I was really super young.
Right.
So anyways, I was at these nightclubs playing at like, you know, midnight and on school nights, and I would have all this crazy makeup on, and I'd be so tired I'd just go to sleep, and I'd wake up and go to school like it, you know. And
what did the teachers say?
I explained, you know, my mom knew that I wasn't doing drugs or drinking because they can tell right away. Right. So it was okay. As long as I got up for school, they were fine with it. And the teachers understood too. And, you know, at least I wasn't harming myself or harming others.
So you're carving a niche for yourself back at an early age, just like I was shooting photos.
Exactly. And it was so fun. Yeah. You know, it was such a different... It was just such a great time. It was so exciting. And all these people I played with were like these, you know, late 20-year-olds. And
anybody I'd know?
No.
Back then?
Just Seduce? No.
When you say that it was so fun, opposed to now, what was more fun? Now in your life or back then or both?
It was fun because when you're in high school and you're growing up, just like we all have when we went to school and we all went out with the girl that we liked at high school or junior high, that wasn't me. It was the drunken waitress at the nightclub. That's you know, who I got my experiences from, not from the girl who sat next to me in history class. So it was kind of a different situation.
Right.
See, I didn't go out with any chicks in high school or junior high or anything. I was always the outcast, you know. you know, you get the little clicks when you get into junior high and stuff, and then you start playing spin the bottle and getting. I was always the one that wasn't invited to the parties.
Right.
I can't believe that now.
Yeah, well, I made up for lost
Yes, you
time.
did.
I mean, I didn't squeeze until after I got out of high school, but I'm making up for
good.
lost
Yeah, you
time.
are.
So.
Yeah, you sure are.
That's right.
That's
I'm
another
slowing
show.
down, but
Right, that's another show.
yeah, we'll talk about the Zloz Bone Hour sometime.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So 17, you became a session player.
Yeah, I moved out here and I lived at this place right back of Ralph's on Fuller and
Right.
Rocket,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
they were up on Clark Street
Oh, okay.
behind the whiskey. He's talking about Rock and Roll Ralph's.
yeah,
Yes.
and so I just lived there. We were squatting.
Was it the
actually.
St. James you lived at on Hollywood and Fuller?
It was.
'Cause that's where all the strippers used to live in the
No, it
Tropicana
was
mud
not.
wrestlers.
It was not.
Okay.
It was right on Sunset, right in back of
Okay,
Ralph's.
okay, Roger.
Right in back of Ralph's, and we just squatted there. And then we got kicked out of there, and I moved to the Hollywood Billiards. Now this is where everybody rehearsed, and
Hollywood Billiards?
Yeah,
On Hollywood?
yeah, there's 4 floors of.
I think they closed it down
Yeah.
though now, because I knew a
Yeah.
few chicks that were working there as
Yeah.
waitresses.
There's 4 floors of rehearsal rooms, and it was awful.
Right.
White Zombie was there,
I remember that.
and
Is that where you met Rob?
No, Circus of Power was there.
Love Circus.
Yeah.
About Mama Tequila, they were great.
So all these bands were there, and I was like, we lived there, but there
Right.
was no window, there was no bathroom or anything, but we just lived there and
Practiced.
practiced and played, and I started doing sessions, but I would do them for so cheap, just for like, you know, some
get to know people.
Yeah, some food and things like that.
Yeah.
But I worked so fast and I worked so cheap, I just started getting so much work.
And that's how you got the job with Lita Ford?
I got a job with Lita Ford.
I didn't even know you played with Lita.
Yeah.
What year
yeah.
was this?
I played with Lita. I don't even
With
know.
Kiss?
Yeah,
Huh?
we opened up for Kiss.
How was that? Because I
You
know
were in her band,
Yeah.
actually?
Yeah, we did
I
some-
may have photos of you,
We
actually.
did some shows, and I think it was like, I don't know, 94, 95 maybe, or something like that. But I started, the first thing I did was John Wetton.
I
Do you
know John Wetton,
from
bass
Yes.
player,
UK
UK and Asia.
Yeah. And then I did Robin Zander from Cheap Trick. We did some, you know, I did some
Solo
sessions.
stuff?
Yeah, and
That's when you were on tour with Lita, that's when you got to know Kiss. at
Yeah,
your first-
yes, that's when
That
I
must
got
have been
to-
amazing
Well,
considering.
did Lita open for Kiss?
Yes.
Lita
Yes.
opened for Kiss.
How much did she have to pay them to open?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know those guys,
That's
Gene
a-
and Paul.
That's another show.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you became really good friends with Paul.
Yeah, and yeah, everybody, you know, and it's you know, and I'm still close with all of them. You know, I'm really close with the Ace, and you know, so it's everything that's happened. I would have never guessed, you know, that this
Right.
would happen because I wasn't really
But
hoping for that. But I mean,
But
I
you created your own
appreciate it.
destiny.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you know,
appreciate
everybody's
it.
destiny is in their own hands.
Right,
It's
and
not like and some other guy's going to control you. It's you make yourself
Absolutely.
what you're going to be in this world.
And I'm so happy for, you know, how it turned out. But really, I didn't even. If someone said that, you know, I'd be doing what I'm doing, you know, it's so
Yeah.
hard to believe.
And you're just getting going. You're still
yeah.
young. You
Yeah.
got a few years to hit
Yes.
before you hit my age.
Yeah.
You know, so who
Well, after
knows?
that, you went on tour with Katie Lang.
That's right. We
And-
I went on tour with Katie Lang, and you know, that was, I guess, I did a tour also with a band called Red Square Black with Randy Castillo from Ozzy, and we did a tour with
Yeah.
Testament, and it was, you know, it was very cool, but it was, you know, like a little tour. But
Weren't
my-
you doing a project with him right before?
Oh well, it was Red Square Black. We put out a
Okay.
CD.